Morning, YouTube. Again, Saturday. Mind, body, spirit. I don't know if I'll make any more videos today, but I had to touch on this one because I ran across this discussion that was going on in YouTube in regards to, again, Barack Obama. People don't like him for whatever particular reason. I don't particularly like Barack Obama either. But this is an interesting debate that comes up. And, well, maybe it's not even interesting. It's just people who are in denial about some things. And it goes like this. A guy goes, they're talking about possible impeachment of Obama, and what it led into, if you look in the comment section of YouTube, what it led into is that white people won't impeach him because, or they won't get on board with it because he's black, and if they got on board with impeaching Obama, it would be because they're racist. This is hilarious to me. Uh, First of all, let me say this, and probably this is going to offend some people, but I think if people search their soul or search whatever they are, I think they'll find this to be true. There are many white people who are racist or discriminatory, and they don't know it. Now, the thing about life is that life presents us with circumstances that challenges our belief system. Sometimes we think we believe something, and then a situation will occur, and we'll find out that maybe we don't believe that thing. And that's if you're in search of it. Now, sometimes you're not in search of it because if you already believe something, your belief systems can guide you into the wrong direction. Let me give you an example. When Barack Obama became president and he did the same thing that George Bush did, the righteous indignation of Barack Obama, the righteous indignation of the people who don't like Barack Obama, even though they are right, they are correct in the indignation of Obama because he's done many things. I mean, you can go Benghazi and the drone strikes and Fast and Furious and when he said that there's going to be transparency, no lobbyists in his, all this. I mean, he's just lied about everything. But the problem is that even though they're telling the truth, they're not being truthful or they're not being righteous. And what I mean by that, how do you determine whether someone is telling the truth versus someone being truthful? This is the difference. You can say something that is factually correct, but if you say it for the wrong reasons, that makes it a lie or it makes it deceptive. So let's say, for instance, they talk about Barack Obama and all the things that he did wrong. Well, where were they when George Bush was doing it? Where were they when Ronald Reagan was doing it? Even let's give you an example. Like they're talking about immigration now. Remember, and their hero, the conservatives' hero, is Ronald Reagan. Well, Ronald Reagan granted amnesty to what he thought was 1 million illegals, and it turns out to be over 3 million. He granted amnesty, and he's their hero. You see, that's the hypocrisy. And so when they're confronted with it, and the Democrats are rightly so, and again, I don't like Democrats either because I think they're worse than Republicans or conservatives. But the Democrats are right to throw it in their face and go, well, they don't even have to debate right or wrong. They'll just debate equality. Why didn't you do this to Cheney? Why didn't you try to impeach Bush? You see, so when a white person hears this, they go, "Oh, well, they really have no answer." And so you say, "Well, then, if you're just this constitutionalist, like Ron Paul, a guy who's been fighting both Republicans and Democrats for years, for 30-something years, and these people voted for Mitt Romney." See, Newt Gingrich was right when he said this on, I think it was on This Week or something. It was one of those news shows when he says that he was talking about the conservative, I think right wing social engineering or something to that effect. But see, he was right. And what conservatives do is that all they want to do is trade one tyranny for another. They don't like liberal or what they call progressive tyranny. They like conservative tyranny. And so they're not really righteous people. A lot of them are racist. That's just the truth. If you got two people that do the exact same thing, and then one of them you like and one of them you don't like, and you can't explain any reason why, it has to be something that's about this particular person that you don't like, something personal about this person that you don't like. The Bible says, Peter says, of a thing I perceive that God is no respecter of person. You can go back to where Elihu, back in the Old Testament, where the Bible tells us that we're not to show respect to person. Paul said it in, I think, Romans 2:11. We're not to show respect to person. God shows no respect to person, but that's what we do. So these religious right conservatives, they always claim that they're not righteous. I mean, they're not racist. They say, well, if we say something against someone black, we're not racist. And I'm saying maybe you are racist and you don't know it, or you don't want to acknowledge that you are. Because me, I'm a black man, in case you didn't notice this. And I try very diligently to look. And most people that know me, I think that they would say this about me. I don't know, maybe in other company, maybe they wouldn't say this, but I think that they would say that I'm fair. Whether it be a white person or a black person, I judge things whether it's right or whether it's wrong. I don't use color to determine whether something is right or wrong. Barack Obama is a terrible president. He has violated the Constitution, and he is a war criminal. And so is Hillary Clinton. So is Bill Clinton. They're war criminals. They are. But see, I use a criteria to determine whether someone is a war criminal. People who use the War Powers Act, Hillary Clinton, they use the CIA for covert wars, the drone policy. So that's what, to me, makes him a war criminal. So if I use that criteria with Barack Obama and I don't use it with George Bush, why? Why wouldn't I use the same criteria for George Bush? George Bush, Wolfowitz, Karl Rove, Rumsfeld, all these people, they're war criminals as well. You see, because all I got to do is I look at the definition. And then if you fit that definition, that's what you are. But a lot of conservatives try to claim that they're not racist, but they are racist. A lot of them. I'm not saying they all are. I'm saying a lot of them are. A lot of them have racist tendencies or racist views that come out when someone that they don't like does something that someone that they do like does, and they don't complain about it. I mean, if you believe something, then you believe it no matter who it is. And so I do reject a lot of the conservatives who say that they're not racist, and they're tired of people calling them racist. Because really, if you weren't a racist, really, then you wouldn't be concerned by somebody calling you a racist. I'm not saying it wouldn't bother you, like if someone said that I was a woman beater. I'm not a woman beater. Now, so I can speak out against women or whatever, and they can say, oh, well, yeah, he's a woman beater, and that's the reason. They can say that all they want, but the bottom line is that I'm not. And so I'm not afraid to stand firm in a position because I know that's something I'm not. Now, I do realize that people can ostracize you, and you get enough people together to blame you, but I know what that is. The Bible says that's bearing false witness. And I do realize as a man that sometimes I have to stand alone. And I do realize that in this country, there will be 5, 10, 15, 30 people who can stand against you and say that you did something when in fact you know you didn't. And American people will believe it because the American people are narcissistic and they're insane. And they need to believe that this country is wholesome and that we are an exceptional nation. So that's the reason they can buy something like, let's say, the bombing. All the evidence shows all these men walking around with these devices and backpacks on. They were already there. Plain evidence. They don't want to accept it because they believe America is an exceptional nation and that we can do no wrong. And so when evidence is even staring them in the face, these are the people, people that believe that Rodney King was resisting. I was a police officer for 7 years. And you're supposed to try to effect their arrest. Rodney King was on his hands and knees, officers standing around, not even trying to put him in handcuffs, just walking around in circles, beating him, other officers watching. But there are people who actually believe that he was resisting arrest. And so you got to understand that these people out here, you can't give too much credence to a lot of the American people because they are delusional, they're narcissistic, they're mentally ill. And I'm not talking about the people who they think that are just crazy, who are wrapped up. I think those are the people who are sane. No, I do. And I think what causes them to, what we call go crazy, is that they see the disconnect of what is real versus fantasy. And so they just go what we call crazy. But the real crazy are people who accept this paradigm and they don't want to be challenged on any end. So that's my take on it. Talk to you later.